Hello and welcome to Sheryl in the City, the program that shows you everything Novi. We'll take you to events, programs, happenings right here in your own community. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all that's happened in Novi the last several months.
Novi hosted one of Michigan's most diverse events, the Festival of Chariots. More than 5,000 people came out to the Novi Civic Center to help celebrate. Festival of Chariots is a cultural celebration of Indian and Hindu spirituality that millions take part in worldwide. At Novi's event, Mayor Landry opened with a welcome speech.
We in Novi like to think that the city of Novi is the home of Rath Yatra in the state of Michigan. We are not only pleased to host this festival, we are proud to host this festival. All is welcome at Rath Yatra. All is welcome in the city of Novi. On behalf of the city, welcome to you.
The 40-foot chariot was then pulled down 10 Mile and Taft roads, leading into First Park to continue the day-long celebration.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Great Lakes state of Michigan, and a warm welcome to the city of Novi for the 2011 Amateur Softball Association Girls 14 and Under Class B Fast Pitch Northern National Championship.
After University of Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins threw out the first pitch, the ASA Girls Northern National Championship was on. The fierce competition held at LMA Power Park brought out 30 teams to compete for the championship from all over the nation. The girls made sure they left it all out on the diamond. But only one team could take home the title. And with a 6-0 record, the Lincoln Way Storm from Illinois took home the trophy. For more information and events going on in Novi, visit thecityofnovi.org.
You ever wondered what it would be like to be on a reality TV program? Well, a group of Novi kids were asked the same question as they got together at the First Park Township Hall building for the new Get Real summer camp. Participants in the Get Real camp competed against each other in a variety of simulated challenges from popular reality television shows. Not only did the kids perform in front of a camera, but they were also taught behind-the-camera basics of TV production by Novi Channel 13 production specialist Dave Reinhardt. For more information on upcoming Novi Parks and Recreation events, visit cityofnovi.org.
For coming out. We have these barbecues basically to say thank you to our members for being our members and for supporting us and for really making us the organization that we are.
Automation Alley is a technology business association. We have approximately 1,000 members in the 8 counties of Southeast Michigan. We are also the 501c6, the nonprofit organization that is behind the branding of Automation Alley.
My whole message today is thank you. Thank you so much for being our members and for supporting us and being here.
We're really excited to have the picnic that we are attending right now in the wonderful city of Novi. It's one of our ways to give back to our members. We wanted to take this on the road. We had our first one last week in Macomb County. Yesterday we had one at Automation Alley headquarters. Today we're in Novi. so that we can get out to where some of our concentration of members are and do something at lunchtime. So you can just quick run over, grab a bite, grab a burger, get a pop, and head back to the office and get a chance to mingle as well. It's very casual, and just walk up and introduce yourself, because the one thing that you have in common is that you're either talking to an Automation Alley employee or you're talking to a member.
While most people sleep in Saturday mornings in the summer, biking enthusiasts took to the trails of Novi's own Lakeshore Park for the annual Tree Farm Relay. Woo! Groups started at the top of the hill at the sound of a buzzer. Larger groups even started shoeless to stagger the crowd of runners. Contestants then ran down to their bikes and disappeared into the woods.
Have a good ride, Dustin!
The trails were rough. The turns were tight. But the riders kept the mood light. Booyah! And enjoyed the miles and miles of challenging yet fun trails of Lakeshore Park. A favorite of riders and fans alike, a tiki tent was set up partway through the course for riders to pause for optional rest and fun mid-relay. But most proceeded right to the crater. Yes, just past the tiki tent was the most infamous part of the course. Riders rode down a log-paved incline and had the choice of two paths to launch their way out the other side and on their way. Then it was back to the trails. The last part of the course took riders around the soccer field and to the finish line, where they triggered the start of a next lap and handed their lei to the next rider, who had to endure the same trek themselves. Yo! For more info on biking in Novi, visit cityofnovi.org.
Gozaimasu. Novi Meadows a yokoso. Good morning and welcome to Novi Meadows.
Ringo Kai is entrusted with passing on the history and culture of Japan to young people. The history and culture, the very identity of any one people, is its most sacred asset and is crucial to the beauty of our entire world. This is a role the City of Novi and the Novi Community School District not only recognizes, but more importantly, respects. To the President, the administrators, and the teachers of Ringo Kai, welcome to Novi. Welcome home.
2, 3.
The city of Novi was recently listed in the August issue of Family Circle magazine as being one of the 10 best towns for families to live in. The top 10 cities were selected on criteria that included cost of living, jobs, healthcare, air quality, green spaces, and crime rate. A 9 out of 10 great schools rating was also a determining factor. In addition, the article recognized Novi for its cultural diversity, youth engagement, and progressive thinking. This is the first time Novi has been recognized on this annual list. The Novi Civic Theater hosted this year's Senior Variety Series, performed every year by Novi singers, dancers, and actors ages 50 and older.
The seniors that do this really have a tremendous amount of courage. I mean, to get out there and perform when you're not even sure you can walk out front, and you know you might not remember your words.
This year's performance, named Vaudeville to Video, took its audience on a trip down memory lane, from skits remembering the comedy of Charlie Chaplin to dance numbers from classic Broadway musicals such as Kiss Me Kate and Anything Goes. There are 42 performers in the production, ranging in age from 53 to 96 years old. The first senior variety show at the Novi Theater was in 1996, and an annual production has continued for the 15 years since.
Senior audiences are the best audiences ever. I mean, we have people coming from all over Michigan.
The city of Novi brought international excitement to residents at the annual Ethnic Taste and Tune Festival. Providence Park Hospital partnered with the city of Novi for a weekend of culture and diversity at First Park. Residents enjoyed a variety of live dancing and entertainment from cultures around the globe. A variety of Novi restaurants participated, including On the Border, Cherry Blossom, and BD's Mongolian Barbecue. The Ethnic Taste and Tune Festival was an opportunity for everyone to learn about the unique traditions of their neighbors, classmates, and colleagues in an entertaining environment. To learn more about other exciting Novi events, visit cityofnovi.org.
In observance of their involvement in the Coasting the Baseline project, the City of Novi held a celebration revealing the newly erected obelisk in the ITC Community Sports Park.
The Jeffersonian grid system was a brilliant idea of democracy, an even, fair way to measure land. The first state to do it right is Michigan. The first line to get it right is this one.
The granite obelisk, 10 feet tall and the third of its kind, is part of a project aimed to celebrate the rich history surrounding the baseline of Michigan and the colonial surveyors who worked hard to establish it.
The idea for me is that people will come along like this, get a glimpse of something, and say, what is that thing? Park their car, walk over, and then figure out that there's another one. And it's a magnet that can pull you through the state. And that's something I would very much like to see.
Each marker is engraved with depictions of basic surveying tools and the 4 different concepts of land ownership that existed when the baseline was founded. Current obelisk locations include Novi, Northville, and the greater Farmington area.
On behalf of the city, we are very, very proud to be part of the Coasting the Baseline project. Thank you so much.
What I have today are live raptors, which are birds of prey, that we are bringing to the Novi Park, Brook Farm Park. Hopefully people will learn a little bit about the different species, biology, habitat, environmental concerns, and they'll get to see some live raptors up close and personal. I would like you to meet Maverick. Now, Maverick doesn't really look like those other birds, does he? He looks quite different. What do you think Maverick is? He's a bird, yes, he is. He is a hawk. Very, very good. Very good. I enjoy taking the birds out very much for people to get to see and have that experience of seeing live birds of prey up close and personal, and to bring the message about conservation and related issues to people. Conservation issues, guarding habitat, preserving species, those kinds of things are becoming paramount as our global issues shrink and shrink and shrink. And the young people today are really much more informed than the young people, say, in my generation. But these are the people that are going to be managing these issues over time. And so we want to get the message out to them in a personal way, a way that they can remember that means something to them. And certainly live animals tend to bring that message home.
It was amazing. I had no idea that the peregrine falcons went as fast as they did. It was fascinating. Not only is it a chance to bring the community together, it's important to learn about nature, which will help kids start understanding about conservation, taking care of the environment. So I think it all is wrapped together. Caitlin, what was your favorite bird again?
Owl.
An owl. Why do you like owls?
Because they're so cool.
Congratulations, 10 years in Meadowbrook Commons. What a unique place. This is awesome.
Can you believe it's been 10 years since the building's been built? And it's absolutely wonderful.
I challenge anybody to find an affordable, better kept housing opportunity in as desirable a location as Meadowbrook Commons.
The main thing that you need to know is that these buildings, this facility, and the ranches and everything were built with you in mind. We had you on our mind the entire time. And we knew that we didn't want people to have to leave Novi because they couldn't find a place that would meet their needs. I'm very proud of the city of Novi that took this on because there aren't many municipalities that are in the housing business, but they heard you.
You know, when I moved in, they were so helpful, and Karen and Tom, they just made me feel so at home.
It's fun to live here, period. You can't beat it. It's really nice.
Bye bye, my love. Bye bye.
The first ever Novi Police and Fire Benevolent Association golf outing was held at the Links of Novi Golf Club on a rainy Friday in the month of September. Though the weather was far from ideal, avid golfers, like Mayor Landry, took to the course anyway to get a few holes in. This was the first of many annual outings, and crowds flocked to the links to see just how well they'd play in the rain. Inside, attendees were treated to a fantastic steak dinner with all the trimmings, along with different raffles, auctions, and giveaways to entertain through the rain. While the conditions were subpar, golfers made the best of the situation and had a great time clubbing around.
Back in 1954, he was hired as our first police chief here in then Novi Township. Prior to that, he served proudly in the United States Army during World War II and valiantly with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. For many years, Chief Liebe Goal bore the brunt of every single duty known here as Department of Public Services, Public Works, Police Chief, Fire Chief. He handled 99% of all the patrol duties that took place. And when there was a fire, Chief would respond from the Township Hall with the fire engine, and the volunteers would meet him there.
It has been said that a great institution is nothing more than the long shadow of a single person. For the Novi Police Department, that person is Liebe Goal, and we all stand in his shadow. The police headquarters building bears his name.
a fitting tribute, yet an incomplete one. For the pulse of this community beats daily in the lives of its residents and businesses, in their homes, and on the streets of Novi. Therefore, it is altogether fitting that one of those streets bears the name Liebe Goal Drive. For the safety and security of the streets of Novi is what he dedicated his life to.
It's indeed an honor. I only wish that I could have foreseen this all those years ago. I wouldn't have believed it. And I don't believe it today, so thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mayor Landry, members of the council, and city manager, and all of you for being here. Thank you again. I can't really tell you how big an honor this is for me.
My name is Mike Safel. I'm the General Manager of the Resource Recovery and Recycling Authority of Southwest Oakland County. Today we're having a household hazardous waste collection. It's an opportunity for residents to get rid of things that are around their house that they can't really dispose of in the trash. It could be things like paints, thinners, cleaners, pesticides, old batteries, stuff that really is hazardous to the environment but can be recycled if properly handled, and that's really what we're doing here today. The people that are handling the material are employees or contractors for a company that specializes in handling this type of material. The Recycling Authority contracts with Environmental Recycling Group out of Livonia to set these events up for us so that we have specialized people that are trained to deal with all the hazardous materials that come through. And then they've got the equipment and facilities to take it to where it can be properly managed. Then we have a document security company called Shred Corp. They come in and they take the sensitive documents that people want to have shredded.
I'm Rob Ferguson with Shred Corp. I'm an information security consultant. Basically what our company does is we're a mobile on-site and off-site shredding company. We go to businesses and we shred confidential documents on-site, so they don't have to worry about the labor costs of shredding their own paper, plus it's more secure. What we're doing today here with SQS Environmental is it's called a Household Hazardous Waste Day, which they incorporate shredding, and they allow the Novi residents to bring in up to 3 boxes of confidential material, which you see here we put into the bins, and then the truck shreds it right on site. It's hydraulically lifted right up into the truck, it's shredded. The customers, if they want, can watch it being destroyed on a color screen. It's then mixed with all the other paper. We bale the paper and then it gets sent right to the paper mill. So everything's recycled, not one bit goes to a landfill.
We've been doing these events with our member communities for more than a decade, since really the early 90s. Novi's been doing it at this particular location behind Power Park for more than a decade.
We've been doing this every year for the past 5 years. It's been a very successful event. Last year we had around 2,000 cars come through, and we filled 2 trucks full of paper, which is about 24,000 pounds, which saves a lot of trees, saves a lot of electricity, saves a lot of water. This event today started at 9 o'clock. It's about 11:15, and we've had about 700 cars so far come through. The weather's beautiful. It's a great day to shred paper here in Novi, and it's going to be another 2,000 car event, I do believe.
To stay healthy, Novi residents visited the Health and Wellness Fair at the Novi Civic Center. The fair was a community event to encourage healthy lifestyles and provide an opportunity for residents to connect with community resources. Residents were able to get flu shots for the upcoming season on a first-come, first-served basis. More than 40 local health care and wellness service providers were there to provide information, free health screenings, workshops, and demonstrations. It was a very informative event to get residents ready for the upcoming season. For more information about the activities happening in Novi, check out cityofnovi.org.
The biannual Novi Police and Fire Awards ceremony commenced on October 18th at the Baronet Renaissance Hotel. Hosted by the Director of Public Safety, David Malloy, over a dozen awards were given out in honor of their extraordinary acts of heroism.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and recognizing our brave men and women in uniform for the heroic acts and the good deeds that they've done over the course of the last 7 months.
Beginning the ceremony, award recipients and their colleagues reaffirmed their oath and code of ethics. Several awards for exceptional police work were given out, followed by a few for bravery and courage. The evening concluded by honoring 2 valiant teenagers who reached out to their handicapped neighbor when his house caught on fire. Their quick actions calling 911 and alerting authorities of the disabled victim saved their neighbor's life. Novi is proud to have such dedicated citizens and will continue to honor them with the utmost respect every year.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this refreshed format of Sheryl in the City. As always, we encourage you to continue watching Novi Television. And remember, always, you can log on to cityofnovi.org to catch all your favorite programming. Until next time, I hope our SWAT crews and I see you in the city.